You're listening to the Doctor Is In podcast, brought to you by MartinClinic.com. During the episode, the doctors share a lot of information. As awesome as the info may be, it is not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. It's strictly for informational purposes.
Well, good morning. Hope you're having a good day. They all seem the same to me, and good to have you on with us this morning. Mucosa. We're going to talk about that today. Okay, I find it always interesting. Things that perhaps you have never heard of. Your mucosa, what is that? What is your mucosa? Okay, so today I just want to do a little teaching on that and what to do. And, you know, I know you're getting tired of the COVID-19. And okay, so let's talk about the mucosa. Why is that important? Okay. The mucosa is literally a mucous membrane that lines your eyes, your nose, your mouth. And one of the reasons, that with the COVID-19, and again, it's not like this is new, but we're into a 24-hour news cycle. So today, what's happening is that we're getting updates by the minute on COVID-19, by the minute, right? And what are they telling us? Wash your hands, generally. Social distance, okay? Hockey stick apart, okay? Couple of meters apart, right? Stay, approximately, 6 feet? Stay apart. And 1, stay apart. 2, wash your hands. 3, don't touch your face. The worst thing is when you're growing a beard, you want to touch your face all the time. Okay? But I'm not shaving until I'm out of isolation. Okay? And even then, I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about it. Okay, but all I'm saying is there's a reason they're doing that. Okay? And medicine, as you well know, the virus is everything. The virus is everything. So what do? Practice social distancing, wash your hands, don't touch your face. And they've actually now are looking at, they're going to try and develop a vaccine. That will take a year, okay, at least. They've never even found a vaccine for the common cold yet. So to get this right on COVID-19, they might get it, but will it be like the common cold? They never even got it. And even the flu, the flu vaccine is this year? What did they say about this year? Which was a pretty tough year on the flu, apparently, in terms of numbers. A lot of people got the flu before they got COVID-19. The flu shot was 40% effective this year, according to the CDC. So all I'm saying is medicine's emphasis is on the bug. So, social distancing, wash your hands, don't touch your face. And if you do get sick, we're going to give you, like we talked about yesterday, chloroquine and an antibiotic, azithromycin, looks promising for treatment. So, but that's the way medicine thinks, and hey, God bless them. That's what they do. And I'm not against any of that. I'm just telling you that. You're not going to hear Dr. Martin say, don't find a vaccine for COVID-19. That's not my expertise. My expertise is talking to you about what you can do so that you don't even get the virus, or even if you do, you don't get sick from the virus, like deathly ill. That's what I talk about. Okay, so there's 2 spectrums, and this morning I want to talk to you about your mucosa. Now, the mucosa is around your eyes. It's a thick layer of mucus in your sinuses, in your mouth. You don't really see it, but it is there, and it's very, very important because we're always surrounded, guys. Listen, I've talked to you about this so many times before, but listen, guys, after COVID-19, it'll have its lifespan, guys. Okay, it's lasting longer than we, anticipated maybe or whatever. And it's very contagious and whatever. We'll give it credit. But after that, if you think this is the end of viruses, just wash your hands, practice social distancing, and don't touch your face. Guys, what's the next bug coming to a theater near you? There's going to be another virus. Every year there's viruses. Every year there's bacteria. And, and this just happens to be one that, it went around. It's a pandemic. It went around the world. I'm not minimizing any of that. I'm not minimizing that. Stink. It's brought us to our knees. This one. It's brought us to our knees. It's brought the world to a standstill. It's put Dr. Martin in isolation. Right? We're no different. Everybody is affected. If I had stayed in Florida, they're in isolation in Florida. Everybody's affected by this. But all I'm saying to you, I want to give you some things that you can do. Now, we've talked about this in the past. I've talked about probiotics. The immune system, it starts in the gut. I talked to you about vitamin D. And where medicine's talking about washing your hands, I got no problem with that. I'm just telling you, what do you do to build your own immune system? And we talked about vitamin A and vitamin D and probiotics yesterday. I talked to you about amino acids, your protein, the building blocks of protein and how important that is for your immune system. And I've been trying to bring that to you. Today, I want to talk to you about your mucosa, the lining. And this is very, very important, guys. Very important. It's one of the reasons I talk to you about drinking water. Because you need to have a very moist mucosa. You see, viruses, bacteria, they love dryness. This is why I'm telling you, during the day, drink water. Water, 2 liters of water. Now, nothing else is water. I talked to you about that last week. Water is water, H2O. I like spring water. It's the best water. Why? It has minerals in it. It's very alkaline, okay? And you want your mucosa to always be, it's like a plant. Water it. So, isn't that important? It is, because again, they're showing, this is why I talk to you about the climate. You see, a virus, this is just facts, guys, okay? So a virus doesn't do well in 2 things. A virus doesn't do well in heat, and it doesn't do well in humidity. The higher the humidity, the less the virus, and this is why you have a flu season. There's a reason there's a season for it. Some people, Dr. Martin, I got it 100 times. Well, we have it in Arizona. I know. But people brought it in. And because it's contagious and people weren't social distancing, it spread. But everybody, any doctor in the universe will tell you that a virus has a season to it. And I'm not saying it can't happen in the summer. It's just very rare in the summer. Would you agree with that? Think about it. The flu season is the fall. It's in the winter. It's in the dark months. And this is, again, why I've talked to you about open air therapy. Get outside, guys. And tomorrow, April is coming. That is going to help. It's not going to stop the virus, but it will help the virus. Even the COVID-19, the temperature as it rises, it's going to help as the humidity rises. So because of the mucosa, yes, the mucosa, the lining, and this is why they're telling you don't touch your face. And good luck with that. Most people touch their face. I don't know, what is it? What did I read the other day? 8 times a minute? When you're awake, you touch your face 8 times a minute. And you know, it's almost, you remember, for those of you who are parents, remember when your babies scratched their face while they were sleeping? You know, their fingernails were growing and they were touching their face and scratching their face. You remember that? You put mitts on them. Remember, you put the little mitts on them so they wouldn't scratch their face anymore. You know, maybe that's what we need is mitts. Get grandma to make mitts again. And we're going to all put them on so we don't touch our face, right? It's one of the reasons the mask might be more effective than actually stopping the virus. It's getting you not to touch your mucosa, although if you touch your eyes, one of the ways it gets in. And by the way, okay, one of the things that vitamin A does, okay, vitamin A, you don't hear about vitamin A very much, but it's the first vitamin on the Martin Clinic list. And I like talking about vitamin A because it protects, it's a shield of your mucosa. That's one of the functions of vitamin A. It actually protects your mucosa. Did you know that? Like you think of vitamin A as beta-carotene. You're thinking of your eyes. And by the way, vitamin A is good. But vitamin A, you see, beta-carotene is found in the plant kingdom. Carrots. And remember, eat your carrots. It's good for your eyes. Yes, but it's not vitamin A. It's beta-carotene, which is a precursor to vitamin A. Vitamin A is found in the animal kingdom. So when you're having fish and you're eating eggs and you're eating cheese and you're eating meat, that's where vitamin A. Vitamin A is proretinol A. Proretinol is found in the animal kingdom. The precursor to that is found in carrots. Am I saying carrots are no good? I'm not saying that. But beta-carotene is not vitamin A. It's a precursor to vitamin A. Vitamin A is proretinol A. It's found in cod liver oil. Grandma used to give us cod liver oil. And when Grandma used to give us cod liver oil, I can still remember the taste of it when I was a kid. You know why they were giving cod liver oil as kids? They weren't giving it to you for the immune system. They didn't even know that. It was really good for the immune system, but it wasn't that. They gave it to you because of rickets, because they knew that cod liver oil had vitamin A and vitamin D, and that was good for your bones. They didn't realize how good it was for your immune system. And all I'm saying to you, you know what, guys? This is my pet peeve in a way, okay? It's a pet peeve of mine. There should be, where they're saying, as soon as they have the vaccine, Tony Jr. said this to me yesterday, and I don't disagree with him at all. He was saying, Dad, when they get the vaccine for the COVID-19, okay, and it's coming, I believe apparently it takes a good year to get this. I don't think even when they're rushing it, it takes that long because they got to find out, first of all, if it works, and second of all, if it's safe. But he was saying that, and this is probably 100% true, you're not going to be able to get on a plane, or you're not going to be able to get on a cruise ship. You're not going to be able to take mass transportation unless you've had this vaccine of COVID-19. That's what Tony Jr. said yesterday. Said to me, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what, son? You're probably right. Tony Jr. is a lot like his mother, very smart. He's got the brains, okay, in the family. No, he said, Dad, that's what they're probably going to do. You're going to have to take a vaccine in order to get onto an airplane. And by the way, let me just say this. Why is it that if you get on an airplane, in terms of the bugs, right? Why are viruses or bacteria, why are you much more susceptible, especially on a long haul flight? Why is that? It dries out your mucosa. That's why when you get on a plane, I bring a 1 liter bottle of water just for me. When I go to Florida on the plane, I have a 1 liter bottle of water for Rosie and a 1 liter bottle of water for me. Not a half liter, a liter. I drink that whole thing during the flight. Why? I'm trying to keep my mucosa moist, because moisture kills the virus. It can't penetrate your system. If you're taking vitamin A, and this is, again, let me just make another point. And this is the first point until I went on a rabbit trail, which is common for me. I'm coming back to tell you what I wanted to say. What I believe the government should do at all levels, municipal, provincial, federal, in Canada and the United States, the governors, they should be giving everybody doses of vitamin D and vitamin A in the form of cod liver oil. They should be handing it out free of charge. Cod liver oil. Why? Because it protects your mucosa. And it doesn't allow the virus to get into your lungs via your mucosa. Okay? Drink water. You know me. I've been talking about water. As long as you've known me, I'm a water guy. Before you have your vitamin C in the morning, have your water, vitamin W. Drink water. Keep this moist. Water helps to keep this moist. Have your vitamin A. If you don't have cod liver oil, have it in food. Vitamin A is found in the animal kingdom. Eat your eggs, meat, and cheese. This is another reason I talk to you about that all the time. Did you have your bacon and eggs this morning? You had vitamin A. When the sun comes out, get your vitamin D. And until the sun comes out in Northern Ontario, even when the sun's out, it's hard to get vitamin D until you can expose your arms and legs. I'm still taking vitamin D as a supplement. And this morning I took 8,000 IUs of vitamin D. I want to protect my immune system, guys. Here's another little trick. Here's another trick. When you go to bed at night in your bedroom, put a humidifier there or boil water. A humidifier. They're showing this. If you can get your room, your bedroom, at 50% humidity. The problem with, I love to have my windows open at night. Okay, I really do. Because the colder your room is, the better it is. But that's another discussion. But all I'm saying is, the problem is, in the wintertime, your house is dry. Get a humidifier, especially in your bedroom at night. Like during the day, you can drink water and you will have enough humidity in your mucosa. But at night, when you're sleeping, have a humidifier in your room. Okay? And if you can get one that gives you the relative humidity, try and get that humidity to around 50%. I'm telling you, it works. It works. H2O, water, vitamin W, by drinking it, by boiling it in a humidifier, not a dehumidifier. You might need that in your basement, right? A dehumidifier, so that you don't get any mold. But in your bedroom, put a humidifier in there. In the winter months, once the temperature comes up, the humidity will come up. And so this is really important in terms of your mucosa. That's how your mucosa works. It needs to be moisturized. The problem is you can't just put a moisturizing cream. That don't do nothing. It's all right for your skin. You need water for your skin too, don't you? You want to have nice skin, you need H2O. You need probiotics for that. But this has to do with your mucosa. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting? Like, I find it fascinating because, like I said, there's two theories. Medicine, they're not talking about your immune system. They're talking about the virus, the virus, the virus, the virus, COVID-19, COVID-19. I tell you, I'm sick of COVID-19. Brought the world to its knees. Functional medicine is you, your immune system. Your immune system. And especially if you have any kind of pre-existing condition, you want to have a good, you need to get your immune system right up to snuff. And part of that is water. Part of that is water. So this is why we talk about it. Okay? So, take home point, take care of your own immune system. And one of the ways of doing it is water. Make sure you get enough water, 2 liters of water a day minimum. 2 liters of water a day, just drinking it. It helps your mucosa. And put a humidifier in your bedroom. Aim at the bedroom. Because water will get into your mucosa during the day. But at night, when you're not drinking water, you need to keep this moist. And one of the ways of doing this is using a humidifier and trying to get it to 50%. Okay? Hey, love you guys.
You've reached the end of another Dr. is In podcast with your hosts, Dr. Martin Jr. and Sr. Be sure to catch our next episode, and thanks for listening.